Hello, you're tuning into Đồng Nai radio and television station. Coming first with local news. The Steering Committee for COVID-19 Disease Prevention and Control in Đồng Nai Province on May the 26th issued Plan number 78, Implementing Disease Prevention and Control in 2021. In disease surveillance, prevention and treatment, the committee directs Đồng Nai Province to continue to strengthen the review, tracing and application of isolation, medical supervision and health monitoring for cases with epidemiological factors. Instruct people to self-monitor their health and report to health authorities when there are signs of suspicion. Closely monitor the centralized isolation, manage F1 and F2, maintain rapid response teams, organize vaccination for the people. All medical examination and treatment establishments must strictly implement disease control and infection prevention, implement the set of criteria for hospitals to be safe against epidemics. Mastering the motto for on the spot from the district level. Prepare necessary conditions for setting up a field hospital in Đồng Nai Province, setting up isolation facilities for on-site treatment at schools, factories and offices. There are infected cases when epidemic spreads. Continuously setting new records after breaking through the old peak of 1,200 points, the VN Index has become one of the world's fastest growing major stock indexes. Notably, the indexes of some baskets of stocks on the floor had even higher gains, such as VN30 or VN Diamond, which reflected quite clearly the state of investors on the floor. Since the beginning of the year, VN Index recorded an increase of more than 18.5%. The index of a basket of top-cap stock, the VN30 index, had an even more impressive increase of nearly 35%. From the beginning of April, the difference between VN Index and VN30 was only 10 points, started to widen and has now reached 135.4 points. Also coinciding with the new ETF IPO period, Philippines started to enter the Vietnamese market. On May the 26th, at Tân Yên Lychee area, Bắc Giang Province, the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the Ministry of Industry and Trade, and Bắc Giang Province held a ceremony to leave the lychee shipment early to the Japanese market. This is the first batch of fresh lychee that the Japanese side temporarily authorized the Vietnamese Quarantine Agency to carry out the inspection and quarantine treatment in accordance with international practices. This is a lychee garden that has been certified to meet Global Gap standards in Qusu 2 Village, Phu Quoc Commune, Tân Yên District. The owner of the garden said that in no year has the lychee achieved the same quality and beautiful design as this year. With a strict production process, the enterprise signed a contract to purchase these lychees and export them to the Japanese market. 15 tons of fresh lychees that have been quarantined and disinfected in accordance with the requirements of the Japanese market have set out for the land of the rising sun. The whole district of Tân Yên, Bắc Giang Province has more than 1,300 hectares of lychees, mainly early lychees, with an estimated output of 14,000 tons. U.S. President Joe Biden on May the 26th said the U.S. intelligence community is divided over the origin of the virus that causes the COVID-19 epidemic, including whether this virus strain comes from contact between humans and animals exposed or leaked objects from the laboratory. In a statement, Mr. Biden emphasized he had asked for a further investigation into the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic. Biden also noted that U.S. intelligence is looking at two different scenarios, and they are still unsure of their conclusions and divided on the issue. I asked the intelligence community to step up efforts to gather and analyze information that would bring us closer to a definitive conclusion and send me a report, Biden said, in the next 90 days. The European Union (EU) on May the 26th asked the pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca to compensate billions of euros in damages if it doesn't increase the supply of a COVID-19 vaccine next month. EU lawyer Raphael Jafferelli told a court in Brussels that the European Commission, EC, wants the pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca to pay a fine of €10 per dose per day if it doesn't supply the EU with 20 million doses, additional vaccine by the end of June. The claim is part of an EC lawsuit to force AstraZeneca to supply 90 million doses of the vaccine in the second quarter of this year instead of the 70 million currently planned. That's all for the news today. Thank you for joining us and goodbye.